So, have any of you all actually like juggled anything before?
Yeah, oranges.
With oranges. Juggled 3 of them, and you try to do that number.
Not soccer balls.
Have you ever tried to juggle a soccer ball?
No.
As you can tell, it's pretty hard. Actually, so I really can't do that. That is not actually how you juggle a soccer ball. You only use your feet with a soccer ball. And you only use one, obviously, unless you're some crazy person in like Europe and you know how to do more than one. But today I want to show you that juggling a soccer ball, it is completely different from what you may think it is. I'm gonna also show you the history of soccer and the different like soccer balls that they used back in the day. I'll also show you my reasoning on how, like, why I learned how to do this, things like that, and I'll also give you a quick demonstration of how you actually juggle a soccer ball. I've played soccer since I was 3, and I joined the club soccer team whenever I was 10, and I now play here at Concordia College. And now I'll explain how it used to be. When we talk about soccer balls, back in the day, they didn't have soccer balls. I'm talking about way back in the day. They actually used things such as human heads, rocks, like pigs that like they kill, like things like that. And imagine trying to not just go around playing a soccer ball, but holding a soccer ball, holding someone's dead head, and just kicking it for fun. Sounds horrible. I would not be able to do that myself. Why I started juggling, whenever I joined my club team whenever I was 10, if you don't know, a club is sort of like in basketball, AAU, if you've heard of that. Club is just like that, and whenever I was 13, I joined a different club team, and that coach said that if I couldn't juggle 25 times, I would not be able to play soccer. And as a 13-year-old kid, I never practiced juggling before. I just ran around kicking the soccer ball, like I was nervous. And I couldn't do it. I could get maybe 4 or 5, and that was it. And I wanted to quit. Like I told my parents, like I was done, like I couldn't do this. I went to the backyard trying to play, and I just couldn't do it. So I went up to the coach, and he was like, no, like everybody was practicing one day because they could get it, and I couldn't. I was the one random kid out to the side practicing my juggling. And it helped me now, because now I actually know how. And with juggling, it's not just something cool that you can do. It actually helps you on your first touch as a soccer player. And now if somebody passes a 40-yard ball to me that's a rocket, I can now like trap it just like that easily. And so now in college, most of the players I was playing for with club actually don't play in college because they got it just like that and they didn't think anything of it. And me actually working hard how to juggle helped me now, because I now know I have to work hard to do this and that, and therefore now I'm in college and they're not. I will give you a little presentation on how to actually juggle a soccer ball. You can do many things. One, you could just drop it and start juggling like that. Or if you want to be fancy, you could keep the ball on the ground and you can just start kicking it up to yourself like that. There's plenty of different cool tricks ways. You don't just have to go with your feet. If you're just right-footed, I suggest not just going right-footed. Try to use both so you're just as good as both feet. You can actually go with your knees. You can go with your head if you want. And now I'll show you personally how I like to juggle. I just like to get it up with one foot, and then I try to alternate every time. So I'm not just working my right foot, so I can be just as confident on my left as my right. And I get into that situation where it comes to my left. Obviously, I can go for a lot longer than that. My highest is, I've only gotten to around 100 just because I personally get bored with it. I have a lot of friends, like even on the team, that can go for like thousands and thousands. I feel like I could probably do that too, but I'd rather spend my time doing something else. But I would always keep doing that. Juggling a soccer ball, as I just showed, is probably different from what some of you all think. I remember when I walked into the class and I had 3 balls, you were like, oh, so like you actually juggle a soccer ball like that. And I was like, you'll see. As in the past, they didn't actually use soccer balls. They used people's dead heads, which Now, thank goodness, we have soccer balls. The reasoning, it's not helped me play in college now, which is good. And that was a quick demonstration. Now that I've showed you all actually how to juggle a soccer ball, I now challenge you to, if you're ever just playing soccer or even with, you could do it with a tennis ball or anything, and you just like want to keep the ball up in the air or even with a volleyball, instead of just trying to like bump it or set it, just keep it up with your hands. I challenge you to actually try and use your feet just to see how hard it actually is to do, because it's a lot harder than you think, even though how easy I made it look. It takes a lot of practice, and at one point I didn't want to play soccer anymore. Like, that's how hard it actually was. And I challenge you all to actually try to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Kentucky up there.
Can you do tricks with it?
Can I do tricks? I can get it to my knees and keep it on my head. I know there's several people that can like hit it up and do what's called an around the world, where you get your whole foot around it. We have several players on our team that can. I cannot, probably because I don't practice that much. I'm actually a goalkeeper, not one of the field players. So it's nice for me to have a good touch, but I technically don't need to know all the crazy fancy stuff, but there's other players on our team that can.
What's your favorite professional soccer team?
It's actually a team in Italy, in Milan. So you've never heard of them. Not just a Barcelona or Real Madrid fan.
Who's your favorite soccer player?
My favorite soccer player actually used to play for that team. His name is Wesley Sneijder. He is Dutch. So no Ronaldo, no Messi, none of that.
You could go to Milan Fire Department in the name of this name.
You going to a soccer game?
We could.
We'll start talking about it.